the elders saith unto me, Weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof.
Ay, bolder than a lion, bolder than a lion. I ain't bowing down the bell, cause we bolder than some lions. Keeping the commandments that'll lead us back to Zion. I ain't bowing down the bell, cause I'm bolder than a lion. I don't care if you offended, yeah, I said what I intended. I said it and I meant it, scripture cannot be amended. Don't care if I'm offended, yeah, I mean it and admit it. Doesn't matter really how you feel, the Bible will transcend it. The truth is unexpended and the truth should be commended. You ain't walking in the truth, the thing you choose to be demented. Yeah, following your who is not religion, it's decision. And we keeping the commandments, they not prone to abolition. Because we did not bow to Rome and give them our submission. Man, they killed so many Hebrews in the Roman Inquisition. Following the Torah is not religion, it's decision. And Yahushua kept the law, cause it's not prone to abolition. Bolder than a lion, bolder than a lion. I ain't bowing down the bell, cause we bolder than some lions. Keeping the commandments that'll lead us back to Zion. I ain't bowing down the bell, cause I'm bolder than a lion. Ay, bolder than a lion, bolder than a lion. I ain't bowing down the bell, cause we bolder than some lions. Keeping the commandments that'll lead us back to Zion. I ain't bowing down the bell, cause I'm bolder than a lion. Yeah.
Chapter 28. The wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion.
What up, what up, what up? All right, y'all, we're back. So listen, I know that the last stream that I just did was pretty crazy. Some people probably didn't like some of the stuff I was saying. I am doing this show because anybody that has a disagreement with anything I'm saying, I'm allowing you to call in. Call in. So let me post the link in the chat. Okay, whether it's that Gentile white woman that doesn't like what I said, come on the stream. Stop sending me comments. Stop coming under the post. I'm giving you an opportunity to come on here and present your case. If you can't do that, I just think it's foolish, because at this point, you know, it's like you just want to try to bear false witness on me. So if you guys, let me let me post the let me pin this link to the top. I'm doing a call-in show, so I'm letting anybody call in that disagrees with me. If you disagree, you're more than welcome to call in. I just think it's foolish to say some things and to make these claims, but then not also be able to at least come on and talk to me, man to man, woman to man, or whatever the case is. Actually, give me a second, guys. I'm just gonna pin this link to the top of the chat, so everybody that comes in, they can see it. So give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, pin message. Okay, there we go. Oh, so listen, y'all. Let me say this real quick to y'all, to everybody that's here. The thing about me, bro, is people need to understand one thing. I'm not a confrontational person when it comes to the word. I'm really not. The problem is, I love my fro. She said, "We back?" Yes, we back. But I'm allowing people to call in if they need to, because, you know, somebody just posted something on my comment. Let me show you this. Let me show y'all this, and I hope she'll come on here, because I would love for her to come on here and say what you got to say. Let me just pull up this comment, and I'm gonna show you what she said. That's what I'm saying. I do not think that these heathens are ready for what this book says. They're not. It's just, let's just be real. They aren't ready for what it says. And I'm trying to find it. Oh, here we go. Let me go to it. Let me share my screen. This is what she said, because I don't want to misquote nobody. Let me share my screen. She says, now this is the same white woman that was under my post talking about this whole RH negative thing, because she's probably RH negative and she can't handle the truth. Wait, let me make it smaller. This is what she said. I guess the money got to you. You weren't like this before. Now suddenly these people You're kidding, right? So you mean these crazy people, certainly not generalizing all white people, because you know we're all different. Yikes. Why is every teaching involve how horrible whites are? Not every teaching is about how horrible whites are. I really think that people need to watch my videos before they make such a crazy claim. But let's keep going. By the way, Job was not a Hebrew, just saying, so technically he'd be another nation. That's not true. Job was an Edomite. Okay? He was an Edomite. He was not a Horite, but he was an Edomite. I get the not every white person is part of benefit from their evil. But look what you're doing. You bared false witness on me, and now you're turning this around and you're saying that I'm preaching hate. And that I'm how exactly am I preaching hate when I literally was about to chew this dude out for saying that even the fallen angel seed can't be saved? I mean, the fallen angel seed can be saved. I literally was out here defending y'all folks. And you're talking about I'm preaching hate. Hate is saying that y'all don't deserve to be saved. That's hate. Saying that white people don't even deserve to make it to the kingdom is hate. Telling people to get on their knees and kiss my bootstrap is hate. That's hate. But I mean, is it really wrong though? Because as far as I'm concerned, many of our ancestors was calling on the Most High to judge our enemies. Is that hate? Are we reading the same Bible? I'm just trying to understand. Let's keep going. The thing that bothers me is back when you were humble, you didn't preach hate. I've been saying this crap since the beginning. Now you make such rotten statements that aren't backed up by scripture. You all will repay who needs to be repaid. Show me where he tells any human to be bitter and speak such nasty things about multiple groups of people. Not all white people are the same, just like black people are not all the same. Oh, man. I really hope she'll come on here. I don't think she's going to. But I've already showed you guys some of her comments. She was lying on me and saying things that I said that weren't true. And now you're mad because white people have to be held accountable. This is what I'm saying. We just looked at that scripture in the last stream. I explained how, yes, they must answer for their ancestors. And they will never be as great. They will never be as mighty. They will never be as loved by Yahuwah as us. Because what does the Bible say? Our enemies are spittle to him. All the nations that came out of Adam or Adam are spittle. Doesn't mean they can't be saved, but he only loves us. In that way. Can they become his children? Can they be adopted? Yeah, of course they can. But nobody is above his firstborn. That's the same type of girl that will tell me that being a Yasharali don't matter. Being an Israelite doesn't matter. My bloodline doesn't matter. We're all one. There's neither Greek nor Jew. And we just talked about that the last Shabbat. But all this really does to me is prove a lot of things. It proves that these people are extremely in denial about a lot of things. They cannot handle the truth. They cannot handle, but I don't understand if you can't handle the truth, then stop claiming yourself to be a follower of Yahuwah. Stop claiming yourself to be, I'm grafted in, I'm cleaving. You're not cleaving. You're not cleaving at all. And I think that there are going to be some people when we go into the wilderness that will act like they're of us, act like they're one of us, try to put themselves in positions they don't belong because they're jealous. Let's be real. I don't care if you acknowledge we were enslaved. I don't care if you acknowledge that, we're the people of the book. I want to see action. I don't want to hear words. You know how often these white people literally cry tears and just say, but I'm sorry. And then they turn around and stab you in the back again. And I've showed you guys in the scripture evidence of this. In the book of Maccabees, they spoke peaceable words to the Yahudim. They spoke peaceable words to our people. And what did they do? Turn around and massacred the place. So if nobody wants to call in, I'm going to just go through some of these scriptures. Let's see what the scripture says. Like I said, I don't need to, my opinion don't matter. Let's go to Sirach or Ecclesiasticus. So let me just remove that comment. I'm going to look at what the scripture says. So if I'm wrong because I believe what the scripture says wholeheartedly, then I guess I'm wrong. All right. We're going to go to Ecclesiasticus or the book of Sirach. You know it in your English as Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus in the English and Sirach in Abari. So we're going to go to 12:10. Let's read what it says. We'll start off at 6 for context. And this is why they took this book out. But pay attention to this, y'all. For the Most High hates sinners. Hates them. Oh, but I thought the Most High don't love it. I thought the Most High loves everybody. I thought the Most High don't hate people. Well, we know there's another people he hates called the Edomites, but let's keep going. The Most High hates sinners and will repay vengeance upon the unrighteous and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Give unto Alua and help not the sinner. Help not the sinner. Help not the sinner. Once again, this is not what Christianity teaches. It teaches you help the wicked, pray for the wicked, trust the wicked. But is that what the Bible says? Let's keep going. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved. But in his adversary, even a friend will, or adversity, even a friend will depart. So she's talking about the money got to me, and I need to be more humble. What are you talking about? Are you angry because I have a platform and that these uncomfortable truths are being brought out because it is the truth and it's to the esteem of the Most High that I even have this platform? If the Most High was not pleased with what I was saying, didn't agree with what I'm saying, had a problem with what I'm saying, may the Most High take away this whole platform from me. May the Most High judge me with fire and pestilence if I'm lying on him or if I'm twisting the word. And I'm willing to go that far because I am telling the truth. The Gentiles just don't like it. And let's not talk about how they totally twisted the word of the Most High to justify such wickedness. Let's keep going. Verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. So because I'm telling us to be careful about these white folks, to be careful about those who claim to accept you, the Most High is saying the same thing. And thou shalt be unto him as if had wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt see that his rust has not altogether been wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest him who has overthrown you, he stand by in your place. Neither let him sit at your right hand, lest he seek to take your seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricketh therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? So one that goeth to a sinner is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how he throws you into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he will find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon you, thou shalt find him first, thou he pretend to help you, but he shall undermine you. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. So the Most High is revealing in this book about the fakeness of people who say they're your friend, especially them. Especially them. And we're going to turn this into a teaching about how deceptive they are. But I'm just trying to show you guys what this says. I'm warning you to be careful. Just like when you think about the slave ship Jesus, When they went to the Yahudim had fled into West Africa because they wanted to escape what happened to them in Portugal, as well as because their temple was destroyed. How did the temple get destroyed? The heathen spoke peaceably to them. Snakes in the grass. Thank you. Boom. Bring it out, sis. Marky Oz here. Hey, Shalom says, good to see you. Welcome back. Snakes in the grass. Now, we're going to go to Maccabees because it's important to understand these books. I'm serious. It reveals so much. All right, so we're going to go to Maccabees, and we're going to look at some examples of this. Yahuwah said not to make a covenant with the heathen, and unfortunately, our people had to learn the hard way that it's not something we should do. All right, so let's go to First Maccabees, Maccabeem Rishon 7, verse 15. Let's go to it. Chapter 7, verse 15. And I'll start off a little earlier so we can get context. We'll start off at 8. Then the king chose Bacchus, a friend of the king who ruled beyond the flood and was a great man in the kingdom and faithful to the king. And he sent with that wicked alchemist, whom he had made a high priest, and commanded they should take vengeance of the children of Yasharal. Okay, we see he had an evil intention. The Macedonians, white men that had a vengeance against our people. So they departed and came with great power into the land of Yahudah, Judea, where they sent messengers to Judas and his brethren, or Yahudah and his brethren, with peaceable words deceitfully. Listen to that again. They departed and came with great power into the land of Yahud, or Judea, where they sent messengers to Judas and his brethren with peaceable words deceitfully. Deceitfully. Let's keep going. But they gave no heed to their words, for they saw that they came with great power. So our people are like, nah, we don't trust y'all. Then there did a Sybil unto Alchemists and Bacchus, a company of scribes, to require justice. Now the Assyrians were the first among the children of Yasharal that sought peace with them. So some of our people were still trusting it. For they said, one that is the priest of the seed of Aaron is come with this army, and he will do us no wrong. So he spake unto them peaceably, and sware unto them, saying, we will procure the harm neither of you nor your friends. Whereupon they believed him. Howbeit, he took of them 80 men and slew them in one day, according to the words which he wrote. The flesh of thy saints have they cast out, their blood have they shed round about Jerusalem, and there was no one to bury them. Okay, do you see? Do you see? This is what I'm saying. This is why they remove these books, man. They remove them because when I look at this, I see so many parallels between these folks. They came to the Yahudim in west coast of Africa, and they said, if you come with us to the new world, you will find salvation in Jesus. They didn't realize that this good ship, Jesus, was a slave ship, and they didn't know until they were chained up, beaten, and all types of wickedness. If there's one thing about these nations, especially these people, they are very good at acting friendly. They're very good at acting like they can be trusted. And as soon as you let your guard down, that's where you get jabbed in the back. All right, I'm going to show you another example here. We're going to go to, I got so many scriptures, honestly. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 8. Yirmiyahu chapter 9, verse 8. Okay. Jeremiah 9, verse 8. Their tongue is as an arrow shot out. It speaketh deceit. One speaketh peaceably to his neighbor with his mouth, but in his heart he layeth his wait. Shall I not visit them for these things, say Yahuwah? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? So he didn't talk about the nations that has something to do with it and them that didn't have something to do with it. He's talking about the nation in general. In general. Fork-tongued devils. Exactly. I could care less what people think about me. I don't care. Because according to this Bible, our book, the one that you claim to believe in, that wasn't for you, wasn't given to you, the Most High of this book did not come to you, but came to us. And you people took this book, hijacked it, stole it, and created a whole religion of a pagan deity and deceived the whole world. The Most High of this book has revealed to us the history of the people y'all come from. Based off of the history and based off of what we see with our own two eyes right now, how can we trust you? How can we? Show me differently. Show me differently. All right, we're going to get into some more stuff here. I'm not done. So there was a story that came out. And I'm going to show it to you. I'm sorry, y'all, that I got to get into some sad, terrible things. But I'm going to show you why I don't fully trust them. And if that's hard for people to understand, I don't know. So let me get into this story. Let me show you this. I'm going to just give a few examples. White woman who fatally shot black man neighbor arrested on manslaughter charges in Florida. And people want to marry them. I'm just saying. A Florida woman accused of fatally shooting her neighbor last week in the violent culmination of what the sheriff described as a 2.5-year feud was arrested Tuesday. Susan Louise something, who is white, was arrested on charges of manslaughter of firearm, culpable negligence, battery, and 2 accounts of assault in the death of Akiji Owens, a black mother of 4, a daughter of Yehuda, was unalived by a white woman. What would encourage a white woman to do such things to a mother of 4? You know why? She knows that this system is on her side. That's exactly why. Authorities came under pressure Tuesday. Okay, the authorities came under pressure. So they had to be pressured to go and arrest this woman. Okay, a black woman ends up dead. They don't care until they get pressured to do their job. They're forced to do their job because of the outrage. So, you know, it's just like I lived in the hood, right? Black man ends up dead. Do the police show up? No, they don't care. They had to be pressured to come and do their job and apprehend this woman because it's a black woman dead with children. These people are devils. I don't care what nobody says. Let's keep going. Authorities came under pressure Tuesday to charge the woman who fired through her front door and unalived Owens in a case that has put Florida divisive stand your ground law back into spotlight. In a video posted on Tuesday, Tuesday night, the sheriff said this was not a stand your ground case, but a simple unaliving. Now, many of you are struggling to understand why there is not an immediate arrest. Yeah, we'd like to know. Inquiring minds want to know. The sheriff said the laws here in my state of Florida are not clear. What? Okay. Now, let's just hypothetically apply this. Let's say it would have been a black man that unalived a white man in a racist state like Florida, the whole lynch mob will show up. Call him a criminal, call him an animal, call him unsanitary. There wouldn't be no questions asked. But somehow when it comes to the Caucasoid people, it's just thrown out and ignored. That's crazy. Let's keep going. There are 4 children that are now without their mother because this cave beast cannot control her animalistic inhibitions. Now, I may not like them, I may not agree with them, but however those laws I will follow. The video shared by the sheriff's office shows 2 detectives and a deputy escorting Lorenz, who was wearing shorts, a black top, and a jacket down a hallway. The woman's hands were behind her back as she walked. Jail records show she was booked, but did not list a lawyer who could speak on her behalf. It wasn't immediately clear when she would make her first court appearance. About 36 mostly black protesters gathered outside the Marion County Judicial Center to demand the shooter be arrested in the country's latest flashpoint over race and gun violence. The chief prosecutor, state attorney William Gladson, met with protesters and urged patience while the investigation continues. If you're going to make a case, we need as much time, much evidence as possible. What more evidence do you need? Black woman is dead. I don't want to compromise any criminal investigation, and I'm not going to do that. They don't want to arrest her. It's not until black people start crying out and demanding that this stops before these folks do anything. This is what they fail to see. This is what the nations fail to see or understand. Oh, boy. Okay. We're going to keep on going. I'm going to show you a little bit more disturbing information, okay? Because I'm trying to get you to see how one-sided this is and why I stand on what I say. Because these white folks, these Caucasoid folks, they don't understand the privilege and the levels that they have. And I'm going to keep speaking on it. All right, here we go. Black women are 6 times more likely to be unalived than white women. Huh. Okay, let's read this. February 9th, 2024. You see it right here. The paper includes a decade's worth of data from the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention among Black women ages 25 to 44 across 30 states. Now, keep in mind, the medical tyranny has a lot to do with this, okay? In the U.S., Black adult women are 6 times more likely to be unalived than their white counterparts, troubling new data reveals. A paper published Thursday in the Lancet Medical Journal analyzed homicide rates of Black women ages 25 to 44 across 30 states. The data was collected between 1999 and 2020 by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention National Vital Statistics System. Homicides were classified in the study as unalived by shooting, piercing, cutting, and other forms of violence. Racial disparities varied among states. In Wisconsin, for example, Black women were 20 times more likely to be unalived than white women. Black women living in Midwestern and Northeastern states were also more likely to be unalived by a firearm. The study was designed to provide more comprehensive data about homicide rates among Black women and fill in the gaps of existing literature, said Bernadine Waller, the paper's lead author and a postdoctoral psychiatry research fellow at the Columbia University Irving Medical Center. Waller said she had been very discouraged that no one had performed research to this magnitude and was devastated to learn of the high homicide rate of Black women. This is why we have to stick with Black women. Just as much as the Black man is being unalived, so is the Black woman. Because when the Black man is there with her, they're not going to try that. They fear the Black man. So they fear the Black woman when the Black man is with the Black woman. This type of stuff doesn't happen when the Black man is there. Let's keep going. I got more to show you. Now, there's this Twitter account. I'm going to tell you right now, Twitter is the most racist, sour cream supremacist platform that is allowed to exist on this on the so-called internet. So let me show you something. So there's a Twitter called Blacks Taking L's. Okay. Now let me just show you what one of the other accounts says. Now this one says ends taking L's. Ends taking L's. Do I need to tell you what that means? Of course I don't. Let me see if I can find the actual account. Now, imagine if I say something about these Caucasoid people. They'll censor me. See, what happens is they just keep on coming back. Okay? Blacks running, whites taking L's, taking L's. Okay, you see this right here, family. Do you see this? So this one is whites taking L's. And someone basically made an account of white people, you know what I'm saying, taking L's, being beat up or whatever the case might be, but they get suspended. Okay? You see that right there. But they can make an account with us and push the most anti-black stuff that's out here. Let me see if I can find some more. I got to be careful because look what this person said. I saw a black man today. I live in Poland, so it's rare to see them. God, why are these creatures so ugly? Oh, wow. Woke British system. Posted racist comment on Facebook, 15 weeks. Sold anti-immigration stickers, 24 months. Repeatedly, okay, well, they ain't not, none of these people are one of us, so that I don't know about that. Blacks taking L's. This is the account. Ratio on behalf of all black people. I saw that gross stuff. Not sure why. Okay, I don't even know what the heck he's saying. That must be caveman talk. Black girls taking L's. I don't like white girls either, but personally, it's funny to me. Black athletes are catching heat during the NFL draft. Stop turning your backs on black women. I 100% agree with that. I agree with that. I second that. Now, this black taking L's account, what they do a lot of times is they post videos of like black people doing like ignorant stuff. And sometimes what they'll do is they'll slice and dice the footage so they can make it seem like the black person is completely at fault while totally throwing out the fact that a white person did something to that black person. So, for example, if a white person calls a black person the hard ER sound or the hard ER word, and then the black man knocks him out, they'll just make it seem like the black man just jumped on him for no reason to control the narrative. Racial consciousness in wokeness. Blacks taking L's. Now, notice the pagan starved rim fan. Notice the ish guy. Notice the Kazar. Let's keep going. So I'm telling you, man, I got a song called The War on Woke where I say the war on woke is a war on black. Because it is. Okay, hold on. Let me see here. Most tweeters don't like this repost because this woman said F Nazis. And so they're saying we don't like this. You know why? Because Elon Musk is a freaking white supremacist himself. Talking about, you know, we want to allow free speech. Just say it. Just say it. Just say you want to allow the N-word on here. Just say it, dog. So you can't say F the Nazis, but you can put NIGG hard ER all over this platform. The double standard is real out here. They can call up how ugly we are, talk about our looks, and so on and so forth. Look what this Caucasoid animal says. Yesterday, I said they are both at fault. Clever blacks almost unalived me, taking the side of the cashier, already plotting the downfall of Jelly Baby. Oh. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Just looking at some more of these examples. Look at this. I hate black people. San Jose officer no longer with department after exchanging racist text messages. Okay, let's look at the
statement. Friday, San Jose Police Chief Anthony Mata said his department's internal affairs unit was investigating Mark McNamara for another incident when they discovered the messages.
This is why we have a zero tolerance policy.
San Jose Mayor Matt Mahan says he was disgusted by around 24 text messages attributed to McNamara. The text seemingly referenced a 2022 incident in which the then officer McNamara shot football player Keon Green at San Jose's La Victoria Taqueria. Video showed Green had appeared to have broken up a fight inside the restaurant and was backing out of a door holding a gun he had confiscated from one of the perpetrators. In some of the texts, McNamara saying things like, quote, "I'm pretty sure the district attorney would have charged me if I used excessive force, but she didn't because I didn't use excessive force. I'll shoot you too." In others, McNamara describing
there was like 65 African-looking expletive. I don't even know what it says, but we know what he's saying. There too, all just mean mugging me and taking notes. They should all be knowing of me and bringing me gifts since I saved a fellow NIGG hard ER by making him rich as FUCK. Otherwise, he would have lived a life of poverty and crime. I'm calling for the Most High's judgment. I am calling for the Most High's judgment upon these wicked heathens. Black people experienced an all-time high 400% increase in racism throughout the city. The violent anti-black hate crime was carried out by an aggressive woman that snatched a sign out of her hand. The attacker still walking free in the streets of the city. All right, I'm probably not going to show that because, you know, YouTube and everything. Let's see what this person said. Instant block for people who do tether babble. This land was stolen from the ancestors of. Okay, I'm not an Indian, so you know, whatever. I ain't no Native American. Let's keep reading some more of this. LA gang firebomb black neighbors to get them out of the neighborhood. Whoa. This is a real thing right here, by the way. White fragility is a common tactic used by white people based on anger, upset, or guilt, where they deflect their own complicity in sour cream supremacy by an impulsive to center themselves in my post. Huh. Interesting. Let's keep going. We of the Negro race are suffering more than any other race in the world from propaganda. Propaganda destroys our hopes, our ambitions, and confidence in self. Propaganda has done more to defeat the good intentions of races and nations than we ever were. Marcus Garvey. Now, I understand when there's certain images like this being shown of us that are created by our enemies, right? That make the world see us like this. This is a bunch of Negroes tap dancing for Massa for money because Massa told them to do this. You do this and you'll go viral. This is not who we are. I'm going to say it again. This ain't who we are. This was made by white men to promote this to our community. I do not support this. I don't listen to them. I don't support them. I don't rock with it. Our enemies, who are white men, created this, by the way. Just keep that in mind. All right, let's see here. Anti-woke. Let's watch this.
Co-opted and weaponized.
That's what I'm saying. Anti-woke is anti-black, yo. Like I said, when I say woke, I'm talking about the liberation of us as a people. It has nothing to do with the LGBTQ. It's only about black people's liberation from our enemies in a system meant to protect and defend our enemies. That's what woke is. And then you can even apply it more because you now know who you are. So I am woke. And I give all esteem to the Most High because I am. Because some of our people are still asleep. All right. Just want to make that clear.
Anti-woke, anti-black, co-opted and weaponized African-American vernacular English that both dismisses the linguistic tools that Black people use to protect themselves while simultaneously mocking Black culture. So I want you to hear what they're actually saying.
Blackness is a virus. It's infectious.
Blackness is a virus. Blackness is a virus. They're saying it out of their own mouths, y'all.
It destroys your brain.
Now that these races are ramping up because we're getting closer to election season, you're going to hear that word used more often. I need y'all to start rejiggering what you're hearing, because what they're doing is basically trying to convince you that dehumanizing a group of people is justified.
Well said. All right, let's keep going. 14-year-old accused of racially motivated attempting drowning on Cape Cod out of custody. He did this to a Black 14-year-old boy. The third boy is accused of laughing at the victim during the attempted drowning and referring to him as George Floyd. Interesting, isn't it? This is the kid that did it to the Black child. Never trust thine enemy. Never trust thine enemy. Never trust thine enemy. I'm telling you, be careful about these people, y'all. Oh my, oh my. He could not breathe because water was going into his nose and mouth. Once this happened, he started laughing and called him George Floyd. Oh man. And here go this old sour cream supremacist, Nick Fuentes.
And all of their outcomes are poor everywhere they are, irrespective of basically every other variable. So you don't even need to go into, well, the reason for that is, let's forget about the reason. They're poor everywhere. They're the common denominator. So I think it's them. I think it's them. And people can say, well, they got that way because this. Well, they're like that now. They were like that 100 years ago. They were like that 200 years ago. They were like that before they left Africa, before any of these circumstances befell them.
Okay, but y'all was crawling in caves. Y'all was eating bloody raw meat. Nigga, the Moors were running Europe. They were running Europe, bro. They were teaching y'all how to wipe yourselves, how to cook. There would be no Caucasoid man in these positions if it wasn't for the Black Moors that civilized y'all. But this is what I'm saying. When you got white men teaching history, they can sit there and lie all the time. Now, if you watch my Trump documentary, he said that all culture comes from Northern Europe. That's where the Caucasus Mountains are. So you just admitted you're a cave dweller. But anyway.
Before their contact with the racists. So you can get into anthropological reasons and evolutionary biological reasons, and you can say it's because of Africa had plentiful meat year-round. They had a equatorial climate. I mean, you could get into all these things, but it doesn't matter. They're the reason. They are the reason that they are underperformers. It's them. Now,
Okay. Hold on. Let me come back on the screen. This is easy to disprove. As talented as we are, as creative as we are, as smart as we are, as strong as we are, as beautiful as we are, as called by the Most High as we are, how is this completely 100% our fault? Granted, our ancestors made some mistakes that put us in these predicaments. But who were we prior to the slavery we went into? I'm going to show you some history. Hold on a second. Let's look at the Songhai Empire. We'll start there. I want you to pay attention to this, y'all. I want you to really, really pay attention to this. All right? Because this is what these Caucasoid people ain't going to tell you. All right. Songhai Empire. Let's get into a little bit of history about you, the people you come from, West Africa. West Africa is home to many of Africa's oldest kingdoms. These kingdoms play an important role in the development of trade and economic growth of the region. As old kingdoms came to be replaced by smaller ones, many changes were experienced. The transformations were influenced by conquest and warfare, along with the patterns of trade. West African societies were shaped by competition for wealth and search for independence from the more powerful kingdoms. The earliest African civilizations south of the Sahara Desert were in West Africa. These civilizations developed at a time when most of Europe was experiencing the Dark Age. After the fall of the western half of the Roman Empire around 476 AD, the people of West Africa could already smelt iron to make tools for warfare and agriculture. We were more advanced than the Europeans. Hello? See, this is what they're not telling you. Let's keep going. Iron farming tools made agricultural methods far more efficient. This led to improvements in agriculture and greater productivity of the land. As prosperity grew, the population expanded, giving rise to larger towns. Broad rivers linked people to these larger towns by way of canoe travel. These rivers also maintained the fertility of the soil all year round. At the same time, kingdoms were developing in this region. One of the earliest kingdoms to emerge here was ancient Ghana, to the far west. By the year 300 AD, this kingdom had been ruled by about 40 Abari. Okay, so keep in mind, these kings were Abari. They were Abarim. They were Hebrews. Okay, showing that its political administration was well developed to allow new kings to take office without destroying the kingdom by fighting destructive civil wars. The economy of Ghana was based on iron and gold mining, along with the agriculture. Products were traded with Berber societies north of the Sahara Desert at the same time. The Mali kingdom of the Mandi people to the east of Ghana was growing and increasing its control of trade in the region. This brought the two kingdoms into conflict. Finally, the Ghana kingdom was taken over by the Mali kingdom. The Mali kingdom was about to establish its influence with ease due to the surrounding savanna terrain. This enabled the easy and speedy dispatch of soldiers across the region to conquer neighbors. The adoption of the Islamic faith by the Mali people in about 1500s around the rule of Kankan Musa created a point of unity in this region. So we can see here that our people were extremely, very, very resourceful, very talented, very well-versed in many different forms of trade. So what do they mean that we always been poor, we've always been nothing? Matter of fact, let me show you this. We'll come back to this in a second. Let me show you something. These are the things you got to present to these nations that try to say that you're, you know what I'm saying, nothing. Who's heard of, give me a one in the chat if you've heard of someone named Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa. I'm going to pull him up for you. Give me a one in the chat if you've ever heard of Mansa Musa. Bino. No, it's not Babylon and Timbuktu. I'm just reading a random article. But yes, that is mentioned in Babylon and Timbuktu. Okay, Bino's heard of him. Praying for Ali Shah has heard of him. If you have not heard of Mansa Musa, give me a 2 in the chat. I always hope that these moments can be a teaching moment for us. Yehukanan says, sounds familiar. Okay. All right. Well, let's read about Mansa Musa. Let me share my screen. Let's take a look at this. Mansa Musa. This is one of the richest kings on the continent that ever lived. Let's read a little bit more about him. Now, this is connected to what we just read about the Songhai Empire, as well as the Mali people and the people of West Africa. These are our ancestors, y'all. Okay. Now, how rich was he how rich was this man compared to today's currency in USD? This man was worth about 400 to 415 billion dollars. 400 to 415 billion, family. This man right here. So wait a minute, hold on a second. This is what they're not telling you. But it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to kind of educate. Aurelia Yasharal. Hey, sis. Yada yada. Oh, I haven't seen you in a minute. Good to see you, sis. Welcome back. So we're going to read a little bit more about him, okay? Because I want to kind of make this clear. But let's go to this article right here. And by the way, shout out to Aki Bino. If you read the book Babylon and Timbuktu, it proves what this white man is saying is not true. But just keep that in mind. A golden age, King Mansa Musa's reign. And this is him right here. One of the greatest caravans to ever cross the Sahara was led by Mansa Musa, the legendary ruler of the vast West African empire of Mali. In 1324, Musa embarked on a Hajj, a religious pilgrimage to Mecca, traveling with the entourage that included 8,000 courtiers, 12,000 servants, 100 camels, loads of pure gold. Each night when they stopped, it was like a whole town decamped in the desert, said Gus Casley Hayford, director of the Smithsonian Institution, National Museum of African Art, who spoke of the caravans of gold opening in January. They took with them everything they needed in the desert, including a mobile mosque they would construct so that the emperor could pray. Now, keep in mind, this dude was into like Islam and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, he was in West Africa and he was a Bari. Now, let's keep reading. 14th century Arab historian Shalab Allah Amari wrote that Mansa Musa flooded Cairo with his benefactions. He left no court, Emir, no hoarder of royal office without the gift of a load of gold. They spent gold until they depressed its value in Egypt and caused its price to fail. Musa is believed to have been the richest person in history, not just in Africa, in history, even by today's standards. His expansive kingdom included all or parts of modern-day Mauritania, Senegal, Gambia, Guinea, Burkina Faso, Mali, Nigeria, and Chad. But Musa didn't just want wealth and power, said Casley Hayford. He sought something more. He sought knowledge. When the emperor returned from Mecca to Timbuktu, he brought back scholars and an Andalusian architect from Cairo to build a great mosque, an architectural masterpiece and one of the most iconic buildings in Africa. At the seat of Musa's empire, Timbuktu drew scholars from all over the Islamic world to study in its libraries and universities. At its peak, the city could accommodate 25,000 students, and its archives held more than 800,000 manuscripts. So what that white man is saying in that video is all cap because it's based in European history, but it's not the actual truth. So I have to just, make some things clear because that man is clearly lying to paint the white man as superior. But you got to understand he's a white supremacist. So he only has one understanding, which has been given to him by Horite Edomite people. But let's just keep listening.
That doesn't mean that we hate them. And it doesn't mean that they're less than human. And it doesn't mean they're inferior. But it means that they are not developed. They don't have the same level of development as the white people. That's pretty obvious. Everyone can see how that's obvious because 2,000 years ago, white people were Romans. They were building aqueducts and roads and swords and complex political and social institutions. And thousands of years before that, the Greeks were talking about the demiurge and the hypostases and these kinds of things. Thousands of years before the Romans and 200 years ago.
Okay, but is that true according to Scripture? I don't think it's true, but I'm going to show you it's not true. Now, we going to believe the white man or we going to believe the word of Yahuwah? Let's go with the word of Yahuwah on this one. I'm going to show you what he's saying is all cap. Because there were already people that were there that were conquered by the Macedonians. So let me show you that, which would mean that they were not originally there. But let me show you. Hold on. Let's go to Maccabees. I highly suggest all Abari people to read Maccabees. This is a very important book about your history. All right, Maccabees. And it happened after Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Kittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, and reigned in his stead, the first over Greece. He made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth. And he went through the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted and his heart was lifted up. And he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable. He had brought them up from his youth and parted his kingdom among them while he was alive. So Alexander reigned 12 years and died. Okay? Right. After his death, they put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth. So when it comes to them, evil was multiplied on the earth. But let's just keep going. I digress. Then there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, named Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been a hostage at Rome. A hostage. So then that would mean that he was not from Rome. But let's keep going. And he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. So this man, who was obviously a Macedonian, was a hostage in Rome, and he became king over the Greeks. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let's go and cut a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had such sorrow. So this device pleased them well. See, that's where our people went wrong. They want to go be friendly with these people. Let's make a covenant with the heathen. Let's keep reading. Then certain of the people were so forward therein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, forsook the Kadash covenant, joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief. When the kingdom was established for Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt. So the Macedonians went to Egypt a long time ago and said, we're going to colonize this too, that he might have the dominion over two realms. So he already colonized Greece. And so now he said, I'm going to also colonize Egypt. See, it's never enough for them. They got to continue to colonize. They're never satisfied. Wherefore he went into Egypt with a great multitude, with chariots and elephants and horsemen and a great navy, and made war against Ptolemy, the king of Egypt. But Ptolemy was afraid of him and fled, and many were wounded to death. Thus they got the strong cities in the land of Egypt, and he took the spoils. After that, Antiochus had smitten Egypt. He returned again in the 143rd year and went up against Yasharal and Jerusalem with a great multitude. And he entered proudly into the sanctuary. He took away the golden altar, the candlesticks of light, and the vessels thereof, and the table of the showbread, and the pouring vessels, and the vials, and the censers of gold, and the veil, and the crown, and the golden ornaments that were before the temple he pulled off. He took all the silver and the gold, the precious vessels. He took the hidden treasures which he found. And when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre, and spoke very proudly. Does this not describe them? Does this not describe them? This is them. This is their bloodline. This is who they are. Therefore, there was a great mourning in Yasharal in every place where they were, so that the princes and elders mourned, the virgins and young men were made feeble, and the beauty of women was changed. Every bridegroom took up lamentation, and she that in the marriage chamber was in heaviness. The land was moved for the inhabitants thereof, and all the house of Jacob was covered with confusion. After 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector a tribute into the cities of Judea, who came to Jerusalem with a great multitude. Okay, so he's coming back. This is where he spoke peaceable words, but it was all deceit. So you done already took everything, and you come back to do it again. Oh boy. Now, I want to prove something about these people. Macedonians, right? Macedonians. I want you to pay attention to this. Macedonians, okay? I'm going to show you this connects directly to Esau, okay? All we have to do is go to the book of Esther, okay? And I'm going to show you some of the things that they was doing that's just, disgusting. So give me a second here. So we're going to go to the book of Esther, and let's look at this. Now, they've removed some of your books from Esther because it reveals some things they don't want you to know. So I'm going to just, let's see, where's Esther? Esther. Okay. Pay attention to this because I want you to notice this. Now, I know the Bible says don't get too hung up on genealogy, so I don't. But I just want you to see that these people connect to them same people that did that to the temple. And I'm going to prove it. Wait a minute. That's interesting. So this is Esther we're in right now. And notice how it goes from chapter 1 and then it jumps to 11. You see that? The hiding of the truth. Oh, the hiding of the truth. Okay, hold on a second. Let me see something here. Okay, hold on a second, y'all. I want to show you that these people are Macedonians. Give me a second here. Yeah, they've kind of changed some things around in here. So hold on a second. Okay, let me come back on the screen. Let me pull it up. Hit the like if you guys haven't already. Be really, really great. Okay, there we go. I found it. Okay, 16. That's what they took out. Here we go. Take a look at this, y'all. We're going to go to Esther 16. Listen to this. For Ammon, a Macedonian, the son of Amadatha, being indeed a stranger from the Persian blood. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. The Persians were in Europe, but he was a stranger to them, meaning the Macedonians and the Europeans are not the same people. They're not the same. They are not the same people, okay? Because I'll read it again. For Ammon, a Macedonian, the son of Amadatha, being indeed a stranger from the Persian blood, and far distant from our goodness, and as a stranger received of us. So these Macedonians had a way about them that was not good. It was evil, which is why they say far distant from our goodness, and a stranger received of us. Okay? You got to look at the language. You have to look at what it's literally telling you. Now, we're going to continue to read some of Esther because it reveals some genealogies tied to Amalek, who was also a Macedonian. We're gonna read some more of that. So let me go back to Esther. See, I'm glad that this one actually does have these additions of Esther because, like I said, there's a lot that they're hiding. Why they take books out, remove books, that's not for no reason. Okay. So we've read that. We've read 16. Now we're going to keep on reading this because we're going to understand this a little bit more about Taman. Now I'm going to show you Taman was a son of Esau. All right. So let's go to Esther and we're going to read. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find it. I had it written down. Give me a second. Hold on a second, y'all. Okay. Let me come back on the screen real quick. I actually have some scriptures for this. Let me go on my blog because I did a study on this not too long ago. And I actually have all the scriptures with the books they didn't take out. Give me a second. Okay, we're going to go to Understanding the Mindset of Esau, which is a study that I did. If you haven't seen it, I highly suggest you watch it. It ties heavily to what we're talking about right now. But let me skip here. Okay, Jubilees, Azara, Dabarim. Okay. All right, here we go. Let me switch the screen. All right, here we go, y'all. This is Esther, and I'm gonna give you all the information you need to understand about the Macedonians. Okay, let me full screen this. Okay, the Macedonians, Maccabees Rishon, first Maccabees 1-3, and it happened after that Alexander, the son of the Macedonian. Okay, so we just read that. Now let's go to Shamuel Rishon. Shamuel Rishon. 1 Samuel 15, 2-3, and 7-9. Pay attention to this. Thus says Yahuwah of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Yasharal, how he laid wait for him in the way, and he came up from Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek, and utterly destroy all they have, and spare them not, but slay both man, woman, infant, suckling, ox, sheep, camel, and ass. Okay? This is why Saul was relieved of being king of Yasharal, because he did not smite all the Amalek. He saved one of their kings, and he also saved some of their cattle. Now let's just read it. And small smote the Amalekites from Habelah until you go to Shur, that is over against Egypt. And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive, and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword. But Saul and the people spared Agag. Okay, remember this name, Agag. And the best of the sheep, of the oxen, and of the fatlings, of the lambs, and all that was good would not utterly destroy them, but everything that was vile and refused, that they destroyed utterly. Now remember Agag, okay? Now Haman, Esther 16:10, for Haman, a Macedonian, the son of Hammedatha, being a stranger. We just read that. Now let's go to 3:1-6. After these things, King Akabarash promoted Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agathite, Amalek, and advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him, and all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman, for the king had so commanded concerning him, but Mordecai bowed not. Now this is a Yasharali, this is Yahudi right here, Mordecai, okay? Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence. Then the king's servants, which were in the king's gate, said unto Mordecai, why do you transgress the king's commandments? So remember how we read about how some of our people were, forced to follow the ways of Rome and worship their false deity and all that, and they get angry when you don't do it. Same thing with these people. Same thing. Now it came to pass when they spoke daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them. They told him Haman to see whether Mordecai matters would stand, and for he told him that he was a Yahudi. And when Haman saw Mordecai bowed not, nor did reverence, Haman was full of wrath, and he sought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone. For they had showed him the people of Mordecai. Wherefore Haman sought to destroy all the Yahudim that were throughout the whole kingdom of Akabarash, even the people of Mordecai. So because one Yahudi wouldn't bow down to him, he said, I'm going to kill all of them. Esther 12:1-6. And Mordecai took his rest in court with Bigthan and Tarash, the two eunuchs of the king and keepers of the palace, and he heard their devices and searched out their purposes and learned that they were to lay hands upon Arkatasha, the king, and he certified the king of them, and the king examined the two eunuchs, and after they confessed, they were strangled, and the king made a record of these things, and Mordecai wrote thereof. So the king commanded Mordecai to serve in the court. For this he rewarded him, howbeit Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agathite, who was in great honor with the king, sought to molest. He was going to violate Mordecai. Okay? Sound familiar? Sound familiar? Let me say that again. He was in great honor with the king and sought to molest Mordecai the Yahudi and his people because of the two eunuchs of the king. Remember how I talked about how these white folks be fetishizing us? Right here. You see it. It's right there in your face. All right. Now. So now we understand that Haman or Taman, it depends on what translation you use, but Haman was he was also a descendant of Esau, and I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you how it all connects in a second. So we know for a fact he was. Now, all we have to do to understand this even more is we just go to the scriptures and we look at Esau. And then we see that Taman was also a Horite. So let's take a look at that. Share my screen. Get back to the scripts. All right. Let's go to Genesis 36. It's where you find Esau's genealogy. And you're going to see that Taman, Haman, whatever you want to call him, depending on what translation you use, was one of these children. And he was also king of the Amalekites. Look at that. These were the dukes of the sons of Esau, the sons of Eliphaz. Esau, Duke, Taman. Taman. Okay? Son of Eliphaz. This is where you get Amalek from Eliphaz. That laid with the Horite. This dude was a Horite, y'all. He was a Horite. So once again, we can understand this barbarian, mindset that they have. And just how they act and just what their nature is like. And I'm going to say this. If you are of this bloodline and you act differently and you prove yourself to be differently, then I'm happy to accept you. But if you act like them, I'm not going to trust you. Show me different. Cece said, did something happen for Yextra to get back on? Nah, sis, it's not that. It's just I was addressing a comment because this white girl, I don't know what her deal is, dude, but she just keeps coming on my post and saying that my last message was filled with hate and said, oh, you used to be so humble. Oh, yeah, sure, you used to be so humble. Okay. The reason why I had to address that is because at one point, I didn't understand a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? About white people and Horites and Neanderthals. And like I said, that's why I had to really, really do a lot of research on this. When I made the Esau and the Horite documentary, and even as I was doing the research, a lot of things were revealed to me that I didn't know. But we can't just sit here and act like this walk. There are not things that we learn later that kind of shift our understanding of what we thought we knew, especially when you're first coming into this. Because unfortunately, sometimes people do not actually tell the truth, especially some of our people that are not able to understand this to the certain extent that it should be understood. And yes, the truth does hurt her. She can't handle it. So she says, I'm hateful. But I mean, I don't understand why you keep coming back. I mean, it's like, I'm right. I'm right. You just don't want to accept that it's the truth. So now you're dealing with a cognitive dissonance. And that's what these Gentiles have, is cognitive dissonance. Let me show you what that means, just in case some of y'all don't know. These people are suffering from cognitive dissonance. This is why they can't accept you for who you are. Let me show you. Cognitive dissonance is the key word in understanding these Gentiles. Cognitive dissonance is the discomfort a person feels when their behavior does not align with their values or beliefs. Cognitive dissonance is a psychological phenomenon where it occurs when a person holds two contradictory beliefs at the same time. So I'm showing the evidence, I'm showing the proof, but you were told that white people this, white people that, painted white people in a perfect light. But now we see, according to the word of Yahuwah, they are not what you've been told. And then she's like, she was asking me, are you saying all RH negative people are evil? I'm like, are you RH negative? She's like, no, but I have some friends who are. No, you are. For you to be that triggered, you definitely are. Truth ain't pretty, bro. These folks are just not ready for what the Bible says. Shout out to Yehukanan. That's what they doing right now. They just crying. Y'all keep on coming back to my page, and I'm like,
What more do you want from me?
Yo, this book ain't for everybody. Okay, it's just not. And you know, the Most High has allowed certain things to be told from the Gentile perspective. But I think what really bothers these people more than anything is they can't argue it. They can't fight it. Because all this time they've been saying, we believe in the Bible. We take the Bible for what it says. JC, 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 JC. So now that you claim to believe in the Bible all this time, you ain't going to be able to really argue against this. And then the truth does hurt. It's not always easy. It's not always pretty. It's not always easy to digest. You feel what I'm saying? And we oftentimes, when they said that we're sons of Ham, we didn't really say anything. We didn't protest it. We just didn't have any evidence to say otherwise. So y'all liked it when we were submissive to your false beliefs. But now when we challenge it and disprove it with the scriptures alone, you become offended and bothered because of your white fragility.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Come on. Get over it. We don't need your validation anymore. Your lies ain't going to have no bearing over us. Your lies are done. The time of the Gentiles is coming to an end. Y'all done had so many years of power. It's over. Jacob is on the rise. You cannot stop it. And you're going to just have to either get with it or get out the way. So all I got to say to you is... Booga, booga. Oh, yeah, exactly. They want you to lie. They want you to feed their lies. We're not doing it anymore. We're not interested in that anymore. We have no reason to. We have been set free from the truth. So just keep crying about it. We don't care. We don't care. All right. I want to go through some more stuff here. Koreans, Chinese, and Asians blackballing black women businesses owners by refusing to sell to them. There's not an attack on black women. Y'all better wake up. Hold on, let me share my screen. Look at this. Let me rewind this.
All right, sis, y'all asking for it now. This might be some brands that y'all love, that y'all frequently buy. But if you want the list, here it goes. Coming up at number 1, that's going to be Ultra. That's going to be your braiding hair. Yes, they turned me down for an account stating that they were not accepting any vendors in my area at the time. I'm not sure why. Money is money. I'm just buying products, but that was their excuse. Coming in at number 2, that's going to be Shake and Go. Yeah, the Shake and Go clan sent me an email stating that they were trying to catch up from COVID, and I emailed them in 2023. I think COVID was in 2020. And they denied me an account. Coming in at number 3, that's going to be Sky Trading. Sky Trading is over all of the pink lemonade hair that everyone was just so happy about and trying to get and trying to go and buy and put all their money into the brand. Yes, denied me too. They stated that they didn't have any products.
The attack against us is for real. And blatant anti-black racism is given a pass here on X. They only want free speech to hate black people on this piece of crap app. So y'all can see from our own people that this is 100% what this platform is. It's a lot of anti-black racism. You feel what I'm saying? Look at this. 100% anti-NIGG hard ER. Let me know when you have a little monkey baby so I can steal it and behead it in front of you, you effing worthless mud possum. Look at this. Family, this platform is anti-black. It is. Because of white supremacist Elon Musk, which is interesting because one of Esau's sons is named Elon. I'm just saying. You see the connection there? I'm just saying. Let's see. Let's keep on reading some more of these comments. If they were to ban racial slurs, you might be out of the F whitey business. Weak men let words trigger them, let it go. Well, if they enforced all racism, your account would be gone too. So you see how they defend their own. They don't say, man, that's up, you know, so on and so forth. But no, they just defend it. They just continue to defend their own all day. Refuse to call out the white man. Now, I know some white people that will call out the white man, and they do it a lot. And they get a lot of backlash. Just like Dana Owens. I showed you guys him. He's a Gentile. He's always calling out the wicked stuff they do. And that's why they hate him. You know what I'm saying? Much respect to that man, to that man. But yeah, that type of stuff is allowed on this platform. But let me say something about them folks that claim to be us. Look at that. He is spraying a kid all in his face. Man. Now, this is another account called I Expose Racists and Pedos, right? You know, exposing the wickedness of these people. Now, he only has 77,000 subscribers. Now, if I go look up the anti-woke, anti-black people, they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers on here, or not subscribers, but followers on Twitter. And he basically, you know what I'm saying, exposes the stuff that they do. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't have as much engagement as these other accounts that are anti-black. Arkansas teacher 26 is charged with SAing a 15-year-old. Oh, God. It's very typical with white women when it comes to sleeping with people underage. I'm just saying, it's very natural for them. After losing all her money to an online scam, 74-year-old Ohio woman ROB's bank at GUN point. Interesting. A drunk, privileged white woman, a New York district attorney, refused and did not comply to stop for speeding. Go back home after the call on the police chief to complain. What? Hold on, y'all. I gotta see this.
Sorry, I'm the DA. I was going 55 coming home from work.
55 and a 35.
I don't really care.
Okay.
So you can call Dennis.
Can you come? Can you please come over here? You're on. This is on a traffic stop, ma'am.
Yes, it is. You can call Dennis Kohlmeyer right now.
Okay. I'm telling you why I stopped you. You didn't stop at all. Did you not hear my lights or sirens or anything?
No, I didn't actually. I was on the phone.
Okay. Well, you're not supposed to be on the phone while you're driving either.
Yes, I am with the hands-free. Absolutely.
Okay. Why are you so upset at me? I'm doing my job. You just admitted to me that you were going 55 and a 35 on Phillips Road.
To leave me alone?
Oh, these people, man. A man stalked and murdered a BLACK woman. Justin Cole was sentenced to 60 years after being found guilty for stalking and unaliving a black woman. This animal right here. Okay, like over this beautiful daughter of Zion. Do y'all black men understand why you need to be protecting them? Because of animals like him. Per capita thug attacks 2 black women and only gets 5 years for a hate crime. Look at this. Jacksonville man receives 5-year sentence after a racist attack against 2 black women. I think this is the woman talking about what happened. Let's see.
Against 2 black women. Frederick Parolini pleaded guilty to committing 2 federal hate crimes. The attack included pointing a gun at a store cashier after calling her a racial slur, then threatening to kill another woman on the sidewalk. We also learned a Jacksonville man will spend 5 years in prison after a racist attack.
Okay, so 5 years is really ain't nothing, because honestly, it's he'll probably get time served or probably, get out earlier than that. It's just like give me a 1 in the chat if you guys remember Amber Geiger. Give me a 1 in the chat if you remember the story about Amber Geiger. Look at this goofy. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, you guys remember Amber Geiger. Okay, let me pull that one up next. We're going to talk about her. So if you don't know who Amber Geiger is, she was this white woman that unalived somebody, talking about they broke somebody was at home eating ice cream. A black man was at home eating ice cream. She came into his house and shot him dead, saying she didn't know it was her house. Okay, I'm serious. I kid you not. Let's go to it. Let's watch this.
The state trooper told the police that he was inside his own apartment when he heard someone outside of his door trying to break in. He fired once, striking the person in the shoulder. When paramedics arrived, they found the man on a different floor and he was treated. Now, he's expected to survive his injury because it was just a shoulder wound. In a briefing, the police described the man as a suspect.
Okay, this isn't the Amber Geiger one. I'm trying to find it. This is her right here, y'all. Okay, Botham Jean and Amber Geiger. Okay, she walked into this man's house and unalived him, sitting there eating ice cream, saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I walked into the wrong house. Oh, I didn't mean to do it." And then what makes it worse is this nigga talking about, "I forgive you. I don't want you to go to jail." Like, what? What? Bro, you can't be serious. You can't be serious. I'm trying to find a story so y'all can like, you know, get the full breakdown. Oh, listen to this. As a straight black man, I know I'm always going to be seen as the bad guy, so why be good? Okay, I don't know about all that, but you know, yeah. Man back in Dallas to face charges for Amber Geiger witness was unalived? What? Hold on.
Yeah, Thaddeus Green spent the past 2 years, most of the past 2 years, battling criminal charges in Louisiana. The 2 years before that, he spent on the run. It took nearly 4 years for capital murder suspect Thaddeus Green to end up in Dallas County Jail. The now 26-year-old had been on the run until he was arrested for drugs and weapons charges in Louisiana.
Certainly, flight is usually admissible as evidence.
Yes. Ben Yadai. Yes. Amber Geiger was a police officer. I'm trying to find the video where he's like, "I forgive you. I don't want you to go to jail. Blah, 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 blah." Like, Negro, are you serious? That's what I'm saying. It's like, and I understand to a certain extent. He's like, "I'm a Christian and this and that." This is the black man she unalived. I'm trying to find the video, y'all. Hold on a second. Yeah, I totally forgot that detail. She was a police officer. But I didn't already told y'all about the police. I didn't already told you they done taken an oath to Lucifer and all this other stuff. And you see that? You see those white tears? Look at there's no tears. Family, there's no tears. This is what they do. There's no tears. I don't see a drip. I don't see a drop. I don't see nothing. No tears. He left the door open. She knew that from their previous relationship. Angry, he was done with her. And that's why I'm saying stop dealing with them. I don't know how much more I have to make that clear about why you shouldn't be messing with these things. But you see that? Look at that sad face. Look at that puppy dog sad face, but no tears. No tears. Nothing there. Nothing there. But this is his brother, Botham Jean, and he gonna hug this witch. Oh boy. He literally sat on the stand and said, "I don't want you to go to jail." Like, what? Let me see if I can find a video, man. Hold on a second. I know there's a video where he's literally like saying, "I don't want you to go to jail." The victim's brother on the stand. Here we go.
And I wasn't gonna ever say this in front of my family or anyone, but I don't even want you to go to jail. I want the best for you. because I know that's exactly what both of them would want you to do.
Bro, she unalived your brother. And you don't want her to go to jail? Homie, I guarantee you this dude is a bunny loving, mayo dipping, snow playing, tap sambo, busker, butter biscuit eating Negro. He gives me that kind of vibe. He really does. I don't want you to go to jail. Like, I'm not trying to make fun of him because he lost his brother. But justice must be served. And all this type of stuff do is embolden them. And now she filed an appeal to get out because he said, y'all laughing. I'm just saying, man, like,
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
You don't want her to go to jail. Oh my gosh.
And the best would be give your life to Christ. I'm not going to say anything else. I think giving your life to Christ would be the best thing that both of them would want you to do. Again, I love you as a person. And I don't wish anything bad on you.
But see, you got to understand, this was, I believe Botham Jean was his older brother. He was probably around her a lot, probably attracted to her. You know, you see your big brother, I had an older brother, right? I followed in his footsteps, looked up to him in some ways, not in everything, because I was my own man. But oftentimes, a younger brother will look to the older brother and follow in their footsteps. He probably saw his brother with this white woman so much, he developed a liking for her. You feel what I'm saying? And now he's like, I don't want you to go to jail, but your brother's dead. I'm just saying.
I don't know if this is possible, but can I give her a hug, please?
Oh.
Please?
You begging to hug it?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And look at the judge. Even the judge is over here tap dancing. She over here sidestepping, tap dancing, back flipping, doing somersaults. You know what I'm saying? Not like physically, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like mentally. But this is what I'm talking about. Look at him. He all rubbing her back. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Now, so many people will say things like, but Yexer, that's the Christian thing to do. Okay, well, this is why we're not Christians. Because if we base our belief system off of Christianity, the colonizer doesn't deserve the wrath of the Most High for what they've done. The Edomites don't deserve to serve us. The nations who oppressed us shouldn't serve us because, white Jesus, the king of Edom. But yet, our Bible, outside the lens of Christianity, says that Yahuwah is just. Yahuwah is righteous. Yahuwah will give men for your life, his people. He will give men for our lives. He will protect us. He hasn't forsaken us. He will exalt us above all nations, and we will eat the wealth of the other nations. If the Christian God that you serve does not believe in being just, we do not serve the same Alua by any means whatsoever. But that just, honestly, y'all, I was disgusted with it. It's just nasty. It's just terrible. And he probably will hook up with her. Because like I said, he probably had some kind of thing for her. Seeing his brother, he was probably around her a lot. Oh, man. Crazy. All right, let's get back to this here. We're just going through some videos, and I'm gonna read some of these comments here. Praying for Ali Shah says too intimate. I got the same vibes. I promise you, sis. I got the same vibes when I said that. The back rubbing gives it away. Exactly. It proves everything. And I'm sure he probably, obviously, Revelations of Yasharal. Hey, sis, good to see you. Yada yada. Glad you're back. Whenever one of ours are harmed, the media wants us to forgive. Exactly. But when it comes to us, oh, he was a criminal. He was a criminal. Man. Stockholm Syndrome. Facts, Hawk. Facts. Yes, we do not serve the same Alua. Yeah, we definitely don't. We definitely don't. But that's why you know the Christian God is false, because the Christian God just continues to elevate and protect and allow the colonizer to continue to do wickedness. Emboldens him to do wickedness. As a matter of fact, do it in his name with no sense of recompense. We do not serve the same Alua. Never will, probably never in a million years. If they think that the Most High is love, but the Most High Yahuwah is not just on top of that. There's no way under the dome, family. No way under the dome. Miss Ma says, all Yasharal ain't Yasharal. Exactly. And we know that to be true. There's not a single solitary reason why we should not accept. I mean, we just read in Maccabees. We just read in Maccabees how some of those nations that came against us, some of those Yasharalim sided with them, joined with them, said, let us make a covenant with the heathen. Got to be careful about that. Exactly. The Botham Jean case was in Israel. The brother, the judge, all appeared a little scared. And you'll notice the video didn't show it, but even that judge was a Yahudi woman. And she came and hugged that white woman too. I would think that as a black woman, and I don't know if she has children, because, you know, as a mother, I know many of the mothers in this chat. If you're a mother, give us a 1 in the chat if you're a mother. But I know that any mother in this chat, no matter how old your young boys or your young girl grows, they're still your children. So when something happens to somebody else's child, you sympathize because you are a mother. It doesn't matter how old your child is. Shout out to all the mothers in this chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I understand. But I understand a mother, right? But I don't understand how that black woman, even if she's not a mother, the fact that that woman deleted that boy in his house while he was eating ice cream because of that speech that young boy spoke, that's clearly rubbing all over her. You know what I'm saying? Makes no sense. And this is why people don't take us seriously. This is why they continue to find new ways to manipulate us, because all they got to do is cry tears and play the victim. And we fall for it every time. And then if I say, this is wicked, I would not hug that, she needs to go, rot in jail, they're going to say I'm racist. The God of Christianity is nothing more than an enabler. I'm going to say that again. The God of Christianity is nothing more than an enabler. That's all it is. Yes, Aki. Baruch, all women in the chat that are mothers. You know what I'm saying? Especially, and it's a beautiful thing to see so many black women, daughters of Yahuwah, raising their children in the truth. And those who are grown, you know what I'm saying, still, you know what I'm saying, imparting that wisdom of Yahuwah Yahusha. That's a beautiful thing to see. It's a beautiful thing to see. And to all of us men that are stepping up, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I don't have children yet, right? But me and my fiance, we are definitely working towards that when we get married, which will be later this year. Yada yada. Shout out to my beloved, soon-to-be wife. But seeing black men step up as fathers to raise their children in the Abari truth is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So it is beautiful not just to see our people coming back to the Most High, but also to see them leading their children to live for the Most High. And that's a beautiful thing. It really is. Yada yada. I absolutely agree with you, Ak. Gam Ata. I 100% agree with you. Well, yeah, man. You know, it's the, and you know, we in the last stream we also talked about and it's like when the news talks about it. Let's see what the news is saying about this. Okay, let me see this. Let's take a look at what the what the people in the news is saying about it.
Sometimes it hits you think, now that's a Christian. That is a Christian, because how many people call themselves that and will allow things to go on? But here's this kid who's lost his brother. He says, I don't want you to rot in hell. I want your life to be good. I want you to have a good life. My brother's not, but I want you to have a good life. And I forgive you. And can I give her a hug?
And then
especially after all of that, you know, because they'd read all of these things that she had,
text messages sort of racially charged.
Well, they became much more racially charged, because one or two of them I read and I thought, oh, I've said crazy stuff like this to people. But then it becomes something totally different now, given what she has done. And, you know, I was stunned, and apparently so were other members of the family.
It was pretty.
Hold on. There's text messages. Now, I've heard about this. I didn't dig deep into it, but I want to see what these text messages say. Hold on a second, y'all. We're going to pull it up. Why not? Amber Geiger. Let's take a look at these text messages. Let me see if I can get the full thingy here. Okay, these are like, this is like a report. I want to see them. Give me 1 second, family. I'm gonna try to find these text messages because I want to see them. Here we go. Found it. Okay, let's look at these, y'all. Miss you too. Let me see. The first text message thread presented to the jury was from January 15, 2018, during the Martin Luther King Jr. parade in Dallas. When does this end, LOL? Read a text to Geiger. When MLK is dead. Oh, wait, she responded. Just push them or spray your pepper spray in that general area, she said in a text message while discussing the crowd at the parade. See, this is what I'm saying. These people act nice, but you don't really truly know how deceptive they can be. Let's keep going. In another text exchange from September 14th or September 4th, 2018, someone texted Geiger that she should adopt a German Shepherd. Although she may be racist, the dog's owner messaged Geiger. It's okay, I'm the same, Geiger responded. Bro. I hate everything and everyone but y'all. She let her message in the same thread. Although she may be racist. I wish I could have one too, but not in this apartment. It's okay, I'm the same. Oh, wow. Let's read more. The state also showed the jury The state also showed the jury a text message exchange between Geiger and her ex-lover and police partner, Martin Rivera, that took place on March 19, 2018. Damn, I was at this area with 5 different black officers. Not racist, but dang. Not racist, but just have a different way of working it, and it shows. These secret conversations, man. One image saved by Geiger shows a military sniper with overlaid text that says, "Stay low, go fast, unalive first, die last, 1 shot, 1 kill, no luck, all skill." Let's look at that. Hold on. I'm trying to see what it says. Let me see. "I wear all black to remind you not to mess with me because I'm already dressed for your funeral." What? Oh, man. Whew. Now, I don't know if this, the brother that was like okay with this was like aware of these things she was saying, but wow. I don't even know what to say. I'm almost speechless right now at this point. Now, another story I want to show you guys. Praying for Ali Shah says he saw this. And that's what I'm saying. It's so crazy to me how you can see people and their true self, but still turn around and make excuses for them nonstop. And that just goes to show, the programming. Elijah's mom, Alicia, I wasn't asking for any kindness in their sentences. I pray for our Lua to take the knot out of their tongues to make them tell the truth, and they did tell on themselves. Yeah, those text messages, absolutely, they told on themselves for sure. I mean, she didn't really even confess anything, and she didn't really say much except she just kind of cried about it. But I do expect that. All right. The next thing I want to show you guys is this story. I want to show you guys this story about this guy. And he was with this Caucasoid woman, and he was found hanging from a tree. Now, there's not a lot of information about what truly happened, but the fact that he's with that white woman really, really, really just makes me feel like something ain't right here. And she probably has something to do with it, because nobody's saying anything about who he is with. And then if I say something, say that's racist. No, it's not. People don't want to see the obvious. So his name was Schubert. Let me see if I can find Trevante Jamal Schubert. Let me pull this up a second. Give me a second, y'all. Trevante Schubert. There's not a lot of information on this woman he was with, which is why I'm so intrigued by this. It's almost like nobody asked her questions. Nobody thinks anything. Hold on. I'm on his Instagram. I'm trying to see if I can find a picture of her, because I've seen a few images of him with her. Hold on a second. Girlfriend. Let me type girlfriend. Well, that's interesting. A lot of the images of that they had with her have been removed. Interesting. And you see, he has a thing for white women. Let me show you. Let me share my screen. Which is another reason why you shouldn't be playing in the snow. This is him right here. You see that? You see that right there? White. He has a thing for these people. But look where it got him. And I'm not trying to say it's his fault. I mean, nobody expects that to happen. But family, there's a lesson to learn. And that's another reason, honestly, why you shouldn't mix. Because for your safety, them folks already don't like you. So when they see you with one of their own, they will do something to you. They most likely will. But there's not a lot of information about this girl that he was with, and that's why I find it so strange. Let me see if I can go on Twitter and get more information. Trevante Jamal Schubert. And a lot of times these things happen and it just kind of gets swept under the rug like nobody cares, which is crazy. Then, you know, of course, what they do is they scrub a lot of the information when people start digging. I feel like social media has kind of made us become detectives in a way. And they scrub a lot of information off because they know we're going to start looking stuff up, digging into people's backgrounds, perusing their Facebook to kind of, you know, look a little bit more into the story because we know it's not always what we're told. He looks mixed with them, most likely. And that's why I say is like you as the parents, if you have children, it's important because whoever you are with and you have children with, your children will most likely follow in your direction when it comes to who they marry or who they're with. That plays a lot of a role into this, which people have to understand. Parents are your first teachers. Kimberly Ann. Yeah, there's not a lot of information on this woman he was with, which I just find interesting. No foul play suspected. You see how racist the South is? Let me show you. Body of Trevante Jamal Schubert Helton found hanging near High Shoal Falls. GBI investigating. Georgia Bureau of Investigation. Now they're saying that he unalived himself and no foul play detected. Because this is the South. We know who it is. A hiker making their way along a North Georgia trail made a grisly discovery of a body hanging by a rope, prompting a multi-agency investigation into what law enforcement officials are calling an isolated incident. An isolated incident. I'm going to show you that that is not true. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation confirmed that it ceased to be a 29-year-old Trevante Jamal Schubert Helton of Saltine, Nashoochee, found in the vicinity of High Shoals Falls, a renowned hiking spot roughly 80 miles northeast of Atlanta. No foul play. And this is an isolated incident. But is that actually true? All I got to do is type hanging from tree. Let's see if it's an isolated incident. Now I'll go to news. Man identified hanging from a tree, because that's the one we just read. Hold on. Let me put black. That's all I got to do is put black. That makes all the difference. Dozen protests, Orlando, a police closing probe of a black woman found hanging from a tree. Body of black man found hanging from tree in North Georgia. Yona Bluebrand. Orlando community wants closer look at hanging death. That's that black woman right there. Okay, do you see that this is not an isolated incident? Chickasaw County, body found hanging from tree in Mississippi. If you in the South, I encourage you to be very, very careful. Let's see, there's more. Oh, and by the way, Trevante, he was hung from a tree during Black History Month. Says a lot, don't it? In Concord, a push to reopen 1985 case, a young black man hanging from a tree at BART station. Whew, this happens a lot, don't it? Black man's fatal tree hanging suspected for exposing PDs. Man. Black man's hanging death in Mississippi. Lynching or unalive or unaliving themselves. Death of Robert Fuller. Black man found hanging from a tree in LA area. Ruled suicide. Do you guys see a common denominator here? Do you see a common denominator? They're saying it's S-U-I-C-I-D-E. They're saying it's S side. We know that's not true. Michigan State University apologized for display of black figures hanging on a tree. Police say deaths of black people by hanging a tree are S-U-I-C-I-D-E-S. Many black people aren't so sure. You see how they gaslight us. In California, hanging deaths of 2 black men summon a dark history and FBI scrutiny. Yes, homie, the FBI is in on it. They are in on it. Black man's apparent hanging tree death in Los Angeles are under investigation. That was 2020. Boy, oh boy. Whew. Man. Wharton Center removes gift shop displays of dolls depicting black leaders hanging from a tree. Wow. So lynchings are real. I mean, you still have sundown towns to this very day. 23 years later, black family still struggles with death of son by hanging. Unbelievable, bro. There really is a lot of stories about this, but a lot of times the common denominator when it comes to these tree hangings is they say that it was S side, but we know it wasn't that. Markia says, my little sister went to a Christian university where she met her husband. She married into a white Mormon family. This was so disheartening to me, but we were estranged before I came into the truth. You know what, sis? Honestly, a lot of me seeing the mixing and the changing, and it's really, really just kind of made me distance from people that are doing this because I know it's wrong. And according to the Most High, and I've seen the effect it's had on us, and a lot of situations we put ourselves in that are dangerous. And I have to pull away from it because I just can't rock with that. It really is sad, especially for me, coming from a family of Negroes of Negroes. And to see these Caucasoid people now being around the family, and it wasn't like that before. It wasn't like that before, y'all. But now I'm seeing my cousins bringing white women around, and it wasn't like this, dude. I had this one cousin before he got with that white woman. He was a different person. And now he's just so withdrawn. I don't know what she done did to him. I mean, he's not the most assertive black man out there. And I think she saw that in him. You know what I'm saying? And did some things to him. But at the same time, that's your fault because as a man, you're supposed to stand up for yourself. Praying for Ali Shah, sent $4.99. Thank you so much, beloved sister. I appreciate it. All right, we're going to keep on going here. I want to show you guys about these sundown towns. Now, some people believe they're no longer real, but they are. So let me show you. Let me share my screen. And this is why these types of situations happen with lynchings and stuff, because people think they believe the myth that these things are not real. There are still sundown towns in the 21st century. Let's look at this.
Oh, why? I will never go to Coleman. And if you see my child here, you will know why.
Oh, no. Okay. I'm moving on to the next one. I can't do it.
She told him, you best not be.
You see how they're just so proud? Look at my child. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. I thought this was supposed to be about sundown. Okay.
Around here after dark. This is a sundown town. According to James W. Lowen, the author of Sundown Towns, A Hidden Dimension of American Racism, at least 60 of Kentucky's 782 towns are believed to be and previously have been considered sundown towns. Number 2 on the list is Missouri. In 2017, the NAACP issued a travel warning for the entire state of Missouri. The decision was in response to a bill designed to limit discrimination lawsuits by making changes to the Missouri Human Rights Act. Senate Bill number 43 would require employees to prove that their protected characteristics were a motivating factor for being discriminated against, when previously the requirement was to simply show that it was a contributing factor. In Missouri, the NAACP also referenced hate crimes and data which showed that Black motorists were 75% more likely to be pulled over and stopped and searched by police enforcement than their white counterparts. San Antonio, Texas is third on the list. In 2020, a group called the Defund San Antonio Police Department Coalition issued a travel warning from San Antonio, labeling it as a sundown town. A travel advisory had been issued to warn that any Black people in or traveling to San Antonio must use increased caution when visiting the city due to the city's policing policies that put Black lives in danger. Number 4 on the list is Vidor, Texas. A Black truck driver personally recorded his experience of a night spent in a sundown town. He goes on to explain that he was delivering and retrieving a truckload in a place called Vidor, Texas. When he arrived in Vidor, he understood why the place carried a reputation, as he witnessed Confederate flags everywhere. He said there was even a sculpture of a Black man wrapped in a Confederate flag hanging from a tree. While he was at a...
Wow, y'all heard that? The level of wickedness is real out here, y'all.
Designated loading area,
But once again, you know, these people, they never call out their own and the wickedness attached to them.
Overheard chatter about Code Red and actually heard someone discussing his safety. He was soon personally advised to leave the area because it was near sundown and not to stop anywhere until he at least arrived in the nearby city of Beaumont, Texas. Comment below any sundown towns that you know of, and I'll list more in part 3. Stay tuned.
So they are a real thing, y'all. They are a real thing. And this right here is a whole list of them. You see that? Look how many there are. These are a bunch of white sour cream supremacist areas. And you don't want to be found in these places after dark. This sister right here says Illinois has the most sundown towns. Chicago, yeah. Illinois. So when they talk about Chicago as violent, I would imagine most of it is because of sundown towns. Anything goes. I told this fine Christian that sundown town still exists in 2022, gave him at least 30 examples. His response, blocked. Oh, me, oh my. Only in America, a multi-culti white Food Network TV crew visits Placerville, aka Hangtown, and the host failed to mention the gold mining town's history as a sundown town. Of course they don't mention that. So I'm saying there's always a cover-up when it comes to them. Maine is 94% white. Louisville is 83% white. All of New England is basically a racially restricted region. Look at this. Minority not invited. Do y'all see the blatant stuff? You still want to tell me they're not Esau? I'm just trying to be clear. This is what that white woman want to reject and not acknowledge. Let's keep going. Ooh, boy. 182,000 Black people went missing in the U.S. last year. These sisters are working to find them. Sundown towns are still a problem for Black drivers. Tens of thousands of Black women vanish each year. This website tells their stories. Families of missing Black men plead for more resources and accountability from the police. This is not a game. And I make these streams and these videos because I'm trying to warn y'all. Now, I know that our people in the truth are not, you know what I'm saying, ignorant to this, right? We know. But some of our people are. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just praying the Most High allow our people to see this for what it is. Black people are going missing in vast numbers, but campaigners say their cases are being ignored. Remember, I told you, I talked about how when it comes to a white woman going missing, nobody cares. But when it's a Black woman, you know, I mean, when it comes to a white woman missing, the whole world stops. But when it's a black woman missing, nobody cares. Nobody says anything. I mean, we still don't know what happened to what's that girl's name? The one that was with her friends, and then she got found in a refrigerator. What was her name, y'all? Y'all help me out. Jenkins. Kanika Jenkins. Kanika Jenkins. There it is. Kanika Jenkins. We still don't know what happened to that girl. We still want answers about what happened to that daughter of Ziyun. A black man goes missing, nobody cares. A black woman goes missing, nobody cares. But if the shoe is on the other foot and it's a white person, they're constantly talking about it. The fact that these things still exist only proves how racist America is. That this is allowed to happen proves America is racist. And these are all sundown towns right here. You can see the red. Whew. Boy, oh boy. Don't let the sun set on you around here. Understand? Look at that. Whites only. Within city limits. After dark. They basically have the right to do whatever they want to do to you, and the police will not at all do a damn thing about it. So they have a legal right to unalive you, and they hope you show up over there. And no one's going to come to your protection or your aid either. So this says sundown towns still exist. We are watching new laws being introduced that mirror Jim Crow laws. But sure, it's not about race. Let's read this. Now,
I live in a small sundown town in Alabama.
And if you still don't know what a sundown town is,
this is America. Don't got you slipping up. Look how I'm living up. Police be tripping up. Yeah, this is America. Guns in my area. I got the strap. Now they always say congratulations.
Whew. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Suddenly, stories are being written about sundown towns thanks to the brilliant writing on Lovecraft HBO. Much credit to the showrunners for educating America about itself in ways our public schools don't. The millions who didn't know about the Tulsa riots until Watchmen. LeVar Burton. That's Mr. Reading Rainbow over here. Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. So he's bringing a awareness to this. So all esteem to Yahuwah for that. Let's see here. Okay. Shout out to Melanated for Yahuwah. She said they got more videos about it on TikTok. Pull this up. Matter of fact, I actually have the video. I had saved it under my my favorited videos. Let me see here.
welcome back.
Let's go back to my favorites. As you guys can see, I have many videos. This is a good one. Check this one out.
It's racism. That's right. I think we have to.
Now, this is talking about DeSantis, okay, because he was trying to ban Black history. But listen to what this daughter of Ziyun says. She verbalizes it so perfectly. And we're still going to watch the Sundown video, but I think this is a Sundown Town video. I want to watch this one real quick with y'all. Let's play it.
It's racism. That's right. I think we have to call it exactly what it is. This is cultural erasure. We've seen it happen before. When Black people were brought from Africa over here, forced to be here, they erased our culture from us. They took our religion away. They took our names away. They took our heritage, everything that related us to Africa. They took it away and replaced it with Western culture. That's what you're doing right now in education. When you look at the AP classes that are taught right now in the state of Florida, you have Chinese language and culture, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Latin, and Spanish. But you can't have African American studies. I have a huge problem with this. And this is a course that was created and cultivated with certain expertise and experience. Henry Louis Gates Jr. was a part of this. This isn't just some thing that they threw together at the last minute. It is put together to teach you about us and who we are through arts and literature, as you were saying, science, civil rights, political science, geography. There's so much more to it. And if every other culture can be taught except for Black culture, that's racist.
That's
right.
right.
Yeah, and
Period.
it's racist.
Period. Straight up. Straight up, bro. All right, let's see here. All right, I got some more videos I'm going to show you guys. Let's keep going. Dun, dun. It's a little further down. Let's see here. Oh, remember I told y'all about Elon Musk? Since we're on this racist platform, listen to what he says.
You think that society blames everything on racism now?
It blames a lot of things on it, and yeah.
You think that's unfair?
Yeah.
Why?
I think we should not make this a constant subject. I think we need to move on. I think we should treat people like people.
I think we should just move on. I just think we should treat people like people. Why you allow such blatant racism on this platform is just wild to me. I like her. She be going in on these people. Ugh, what the heck? I thought she was gonna respond to her, but I guess not. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's read this one.
You're absolutely right. It's 100% false. You simply won't find a single reputable article to tell you otherwise. Guys, we should really just pack it up because we're not going to find any resources to tell us. Not one historical resource. New or old. You simply will not find one. It talks about the deep legacy of Black people and country music. No such resources exist. No such articles exist. Zero. Guys, we're simply not going to find a reputable source to follow that claim. Guys, we might as well give up. We're not going to find any reputable sources. Not one. You're absolutely right.
And speaking of that video I just looked at, I've noticed when it comes to them, they do the most craziest body modification, weird stuff that you ever see. It's just, I don't know. I mean, even that like septum piercing, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just weird to me. All right, let's see here. I'm trying to find some more videos. Oh, I gotta go back to her, bro. She be getting it.
So remember when we were driving in your car, speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. City lights stay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder, and I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone. Be someone.
Bro, nobody does it better than Black people, period. They don't like to admit it, but it's true. What the heck? What in the Esau tomato face is going on over here? Yikes. Okay, let me keep going. Oh, man. Okay. Well, I think I'm looking for the Sundown Town video, but I low-key think that I did not save it. I did not save it. White women in Africa. Let's see how they react to her.
I think some of the most wild accusations that were made about me is that I killed 800 children. I was medically experimenting on children compared to Adolf Hitler, assumed to be part of the KKK.
This is a classic case of white savior complex, one that shook the people of Uganda. Renee Bach, a United States citizen, opened up the health center in Uganda. She was then accused of causing the deaths of 119 African children between 2010 and 2015. Renee claims she took 940 severely malnourished children and 105 of them passed away. She had no medical training or license for her facility, and she was treating children who were almost on equipment. But one of the
I can't even listen to it, man. When it comes to children, bro, it's just a whole different thing. All right, let's see here. Oh, look at this Karen. I want y'all to see this Karen. Now watch how she's all like bothering this black woman, and then the black woman's like, leave me alone, get away from me. And then the white woman's like, help, like, get away from her, leave her alone. But this is what they do. Look.
Yeah. I'm calling the police. Yeah. Somebody help me. Help her. Somebody help me. Help her. Yo, because I already told you, don't knock on my window. You're a fucking Karen. Get the fuck away from my car. Get the fuck away from my car. Get the fuck away from me, man, before I slap the shit out of you. I'm not playing. I'm calling the police. Call them. Call them. I am. Hi. I got you on camera. Yeah, you sure do. I sure do. Please get this lady. James. James. Come on, James. Come on, James. He's got a tumor. It's like okay. Bitch, get the fuck away from me. Stop fucking me alone. Why are you over here at my car? I don't. Bitch, get away from me. I'm not playing. I'm not fucking with you.
These people are not normal, bro. They are not normal. They really, honestly are not normal. I'm serious. It's just the way and you see too many videos of them doing the exact same things, acting the exact same way, using the same tactics. They'll literally kick you, punch you, and then as soon as somebody comes around, they'll fall on the floor, like, help me, help. Like, they understand their white privilege. They understand it. I'm sorry for the cuss words, y'all, but I probably would not be using choice words considering, what she was doing. But, I'm just saying. All right, let's see here. We got more videos to go through. Please like the stream. Please like the stream. Please like the stream. Hey, like the stream. Hey, like the stream. Yeah, like the stream. Yeah. All right. This is the next one we going to. Oh, they muted the audio. Okay, she was talking about the Black Moors and how they civilized the Caucasoid people. Of course, they're going to mute that. Once again, they hate the truth. They hate the truth. They hate the truth. They hate the truth. Let's see. This white guy right here, he gets a lot of flack because he talks about these folks and just how they act. Let's take a look at what he said.
Now you've heard of the dog whistle wokeness, woke ideology. You've heard all that from the GOP Republican far right wing people. It's a term that Ron DeSantis and legislation that Ron DeSantis passed in Florida in order to promote his agenda. And he was forced to give a definition. He had to legally to give a definition of what wokeness means to him and his administration. And what he says that it means to him is, dog whistle. It means the belief that there is systemic injustices in America and the need to address them. That's it. The belief that there's systemic injustices and the need to address them. That is what wokeness means to Ron DeSantis. And remember, folks, that is what he is against. He is against the belief that there are systemic injustices. Does that sound like white people to you? Because ever since the first African was enslaved, it wasn't considered injustice by white folks. We've always denied that. We've always denied the legacy of slavery, haven't we? Isn't that what we've always been good at? Denying our racism, denying our white supremacy, denying our white privilege, denying all the racism that we see from police and from all around the country, from Karens, deny, ignore, gaslight. That's exactly what his whole entire platform is all about. White nationalism. It's a dog whistle, folks. Wokeness is just another goddamn racist dog whistle.
And this is what I'm saying, y'all. This is what I'm saying. This is what that creature that came into my comment section and that don't want to hear what I got to say. Deny, white folks deny their wickedness, their evil. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between those who call it out, want nothing to do with it, and don't even want to be lumped in with them people, versus the ones who sit there and point the finger back at us like we have no reason to say the things we say. We have no reason to feel the way that we feel. So it invalidates us, but validates them. That's the problem with these people. They have no compassion. They have no mercy. They have no empathy within them. We do. That's the difference. Which is why they try to shame us into certain things. Just like she was trying to shame me and gaslight me into saying that I'm being hateful. We are not like y'all, bro. We have compassion. We have love in our hearts. Y'all don't. And honestly, y'all haven't given us a reason really, truly to trust you or love you. Unless you show us different. Not just by word, also by actions. And that's facts. But yeah. All right. Finish this thing up.
To encourage white people in a cultural war where you have anti-racism on one side and you have racism on the other side. And Ron DeSantis wants to keep things the way they are. And he is saying there is not any problems racially in this country. And if there were, you'll never get me to acknowledge it. And you'll never get me to stop denying it, because this is what white America is based upon. This is what white America was built upon. White nationalism, white supremacy, and our culture of gaslighting, denying, and perpetrating racism. And we will continue it. And that's what the whole goddamn thing, the fascism, all the shit that he's doing to Floridians right now. He wants to bring that on a national level as your president. And he may very well do it. In my opinion, he's the most dangerous person in America right now. He makes Trump look like a fucking angel. This man.
Yeah, I definitely disagree with that, because Trump is going to be that. Trump is going to be that. Hey, okay, let's watch this one now. Listen to this.
Should we hold black people, should you suffer the repercussions?
Well, why do they always say it like that? Like, hold on, family. Let me come back on here. Why every time they say black, they say it with such this like disdain, like black. Oh, he's black. Oh, we got to help the blacks. So why is it with these blacks, these blacks, these blacks, these blacks? They always say it in such a way of just like disgust and disdain. You people, blacks, blacks, blacks. Just like when they call us black Hebrew Israelites, but they don't call them out there white Jews. I just find it kind of crazy. But yeah.
Repercussions of slavery?
Hi. You don't know me, but I'm going to be as respectful as possible with this. Black people in every way still suffer from the effects of slavery. The Willie Lynch letters, everything that's taking place in the Black community right now, the fighting against each other, was psychological warfare that you can date back to enslavement, when they put light skin versus dark skin, when they put the house versus the field slave, when they had brother against brother, when they would make you fight to the death, or they would rape your family, or they would do even worse things than that. It was about mind control. If you control the mind, you can control the narrative. And generational mind control has had a very deep and lasting effect on the Black community, and it was by design of a white supremacist structure. Education. We all know that the enslaved were denied education. They weren't allowed to read, write, math, none of that. Then when they finally got free, their education was so severely underfunded, and is still so severely underfunded, that they still lack in education thanks to white supremacy. Redlining, the Homestead Act, all the massacres, all the bombings that took place. Do you know how many successful, thriving Black communities?
Okay, let me show y'all that. Let me show you this. So I have this map here of all these different massacres that took place when it came to Black people. Let me show you. Share my screen. Look at that. Show some more. Look at that. Now you notice that most of these massacres took place on the eastern side of America. I'm not saying that they don't happen on the other parts of America, but you notice it's really, really bad right down this way, where you see so much of it. And this is only the ones that some people have documented, but there are many more taking place every day that the news is not talking about, the news is not mentioning. And bro, it's astronomical, the numbers when it comes to massacres by Black people, or, you know, massacres on Black people, so-called Black people. Yeah, man. I honestly believe that the reason why I believe we're going to be out of here soon, though, family, is because if we're not, we will not survive what's coming. Not without the Most High getting us out of here, or the 144K judging, or the sealing of his people. You know, I believe the second Exodus is soon. If this Project 2025 agenda is what they have planned against us, we have to be out of here. So that could be any time between today. I'm not setting dates. Hey, listen, I ain't setting dates. I want to make that clear. But if I had to make an assumption, this is my opinion. This is the extra's opinion. 6'3" is in the building. What up, Ak? Shalom. My opinion is that if the Most High were to bring us out of here, it would be before this Project 2025 thing is fully implemented. So if Trump wins, I don't know. I'm not going to even say. I don't know. I just believe we're going to be out of here soon. But hypothetically, if Trump were to win, it would have to be before this thing is fully implemented. Read some more comments. All melanated, Deidre says, all melanated women of the appropriate age need to obtain their concealed carry. Learn and practice how to use weapons, how to disassemble your weapons and reassemble. Yes, Khan, absolutely. If you are not proficient with the bang bang, now is the time to get proficient. Now is the time to step into that territory. Matter of fact, I want to show you guys something here. I low-key thought that this video was fire. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, yep, here it is. Okay, let me share my screen. Daughters of Zion. Now, if you have a man that does have his bang bang, I still don't think there's nothing wrong with you having one for yourself in case you have to be by yourself. But, you know, I'm just saying. Check this out.
So must be my soul, sis. So, hey, sis. You must be my soul, sis. So, hey, sis. You must.
I 100% believe in that. I 100% believe in this. I do. Because if I've proven anything, if I've proven anything in this stream and the last stream, we are under attack. We are under attack, y'all. All right. So I mean that should go without saying. That should go without saying. Akim Yah says, I'm raising my son in the truth. I'm happy I got him on weekends because he gets to see me keeping the Shabbat. Yada yada. All esteem to the Most High. That's beautiful. I'm glad to hear that. I don't know nothing about bang bangs. Well, I mean, Yummy, if you don't know anything about them, I mean, you could do simple things like go to a bang bang range. You know what I'm saying? And just get a little bit more familiar. Maybe watch a few YouTube videos. But I do think a bang bang is important because, man, we get some demons, bro. I'm serious. We get some devils out here. And they don't expect you to have a bang bang, but they'll be carrying a dang bang bang. So I'm just saying that, you know, it would be a good idea to have one. And if you don't have one yet and you don't understand what you got to do, I would just maybe watch a few YouTube videos. You know what I'm saying? Maybe follow a few Black women that understand bang bangs on YouTube or Instagram that can give you some pointers. I do 100% believe women should have bang bangs just as much as a man should have a bang bang. And if you don't have a bang bang, you should at least be lethal with them fists. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. We've been at war since 70 AD. Facts, sis. Talk that talk. Look at Lady Wick training in pew pews. I'm a carrier and bang bang boogie girl. Yada 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 yada. All esteem to the Most High. That's facts, sis. I'm glad to hear that. All esteem to the Most High, man. Yeah. But yeah, family, listen, I'm gonna hop off of here, yo. It's been a good stream. You know, we discussed some things, and obviously that person that said what she said, that disagreed with me, is not going to call in because she don't want the smoke. She just wants me to feel bad for her and play the victim like they always do. And bro, I am not, you know what I'm saying, worried about your Caucasoid tears. Okay? Because Jacob is on the rise and the heathens are mad. They mad. Boy, they mad at us. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to get off of here. I love you guys. I'm going to close this out with my song, Don't Look Back. This was probably one of the first songs that really ticked people off. So, you know, stay mad, be mad, and, you know, yada yada. All right, shalom, family. I love you guys. Album dropping next Friday. Ari, the album is dropping next Friday. This is my song, Don't Look Back. Shalom.
Hey, Yexer.
Yeah, done. So many switch up on the names depending on who they around. I stand on your Uwa and your Usha and there is no rebound. Why you keep going to the circus if you sick of the clowns? And I don't need no validation, come to grips with it now. Followers and likes on IG, they mean nothing to me. Only making it to heaven, being deemed worthy. I don't break bread with devils, won't compromise for no bag. I ain't biting my tongue or switching up like a You don't like what I say, you can kindly unfollow. If you ain't preaching repentance, you not preaching the gospel. And I'm bold as a line, about as real as they come. I'm going harder every album, any fear what I become. And the love is truly fake, but the hatred is real. And I'm way too controversial, but it's part of my zeal. I don't water down the word, I speak from the heart what I feel. You so used to the fakeness that you hate that I'm real. Yeah, bang, bang. I'm just a young black king in a white man's world. Pagan pig pastors lying, slicing and dicing the word. And now the heathens all mad, I'm calling out the white man's lies. To know Messiah was a Negro hurts the white man's pride. And that hatred within is truly burning inside. Hatred of your Uwas, people get his mercy denied. And that you call Jesus had you bursting with pride. And your Usha HaMashiach we stand firmly beside. And there ain't nothing worse than that heathen denial. And they hate your Uwas, people but claim belief in the Bible. And they lies all exposed and our freedom is frightful. And your Uwa will judge the heathen, what he says is final. Obadiah, Nehemiah, read it all in the Bible. And your Uwa waking us up, he gon' lead the disciples. And there's no turning back, on this hill I will die. When we cry out to your Uwa, he will hear us on high. Yeah.
Hey, Yexer.